Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate Santana, and today I'm going to be talking to you about homeschooling. I am a wife and a mom of 15-month-old Olivia Joy, who my husband and I have already spoken about and decided on. For now, the decision may change, but we want to homeschool Olivia. So the first thing I want to say is just a quick disclaimer. This video is not about other methods of schooling not being sufficient, because I am a teacher. I have worked in schools for almost 15 years now, and I definitely enjoy teaching. I think that if we actually lived closer to the school that I'm at right now, we would definitely consider sending my daughter there, because it's a wonderful school and I really think that the children there are getting a wonderful education. So this isn't some like elitist thing where I don't think schools are good enough for my daughter. This is just a video to explain why we think homeschooling will be the right choice for our family. It's really just an explanation video and not like an argument video for one way of educating versus another. So these are just our reasons why we want to homeschool Olivia. Reason number one, I feel called to homeschool. I think that God can give us all grace for the path that is laid out for us, and I feel in my heart like this is something that I'm called to do, and so that's why I am pursuing it. I think that is like the main big overarching reason, although there are other reasons of course as well. Reason number two is that I don't think that homeschooling my daughter is going to harm her academically. In fact, in a lot of cases, because it's such an individualized education, they actually end up doing better and learning more when they're at home one-on-one with their teacher, aka mom and dad. Reason number three, I want to be with my kids. I waited a long time to have kids. I had my first daughter when I was 34 years old, and I want to spend as much of my life with her as I possibly can in those 18 years that she is going to be with us as a minor. When she's an adult, obviously we hope that our homeschooling has prepared her for the real world and that she can go out and begin her life as an adult and start her own family one day. But in those 18 years, I really want to spend as much of that time as I can with my kids. Number four, I am a teacher and I've taught lots of wonderful students, many of whom I'm still in touch with and who I have so much enjoyed teaching. So I want the privilege of teaching my own kid. What a privilege it is to teach your own child. Like, being a teacher, that's my ideal student is my own child. Reason number five, we can go at a pace that works for us. If she's getting something, we can go a little faster. If she's not getting something, we can go a little bit slower. It is totally individualized to her needs and her siblings. If they come, God willing, I will be sometimes saying them because we're hoping to have more children, but we want to be able to go at a pace that works for them and what they need. Reason number six, and this is a big one. I don't like waking up early and rushing out of the house, rushing through breakfast. It just isn't a good feeling, especially for a child like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. I feel like they should be able to have a calm start to their morning. And I want so badly to have this like beautiful morning routine with my children where we wake up, we prepare breakfast together, we eat, we pray, we get started with our day after we've had family time together in the morning, and we don't need to be in rush hour traffic, etc. We can just sit down and enjoy our mornings together. Reason number seven, we can spend so much time outside, as much time as we want. Nature study would be a very big part of our day, and learning about nature is always inspiring to me, so I want to instill that love of nature in my child. And with homeschooling, I would have more time, or as much time as I really want to be able to do that. Reason number eight, we can learn about whatever excites them and whatever they want to learn about as much as we want to. So we don't have like a bell ringing that tells us we need to switch subjects. We can spend time on the things that really interest them and fan those passions into flame as much as we want to. Reason number nine, we can actually finish school in half a day. So in the morning time, and then have the afternoon time to socialize, to do activities, to learn interests like a sport or playing an instrument, something like that. We have so much more of the day free for us to do after the lesson portion of the day. Reason number 10, we can travel or take time off from school to rest if we're sick or something like that as much as we want to. We can travel during off times, which is cheaper and less crowded. Number 11, I want to foster a love of learning in my children and keep their childhood magical and joyful and engaging, and not having to worry about social pressures or growing up too fast. They only get a little bit of time to be a child, and I want it to be capitalized on it. I want them to just take advantage of their childhood to the fullest. Number 12, I believe in Jesus. I'm going to teach my children about Jesus, and I want to show them that Jesus and God are intertwined in every single subject that we learn. And to quote the Jesus Storybook Bible, every story sings his name, and I want to be able to incorporate our faith into every single subject that we learn about in school. Reason number 13, I want to teach them real history. A lot of the history in our schools is very like whitewashed and incorrect, inaccurate. They don't cover everything or things that are really important to me and my husband. So we want to make sure that Olivia learns the history that we believe is important. We want to make sure that she learns the history that is really important to us and that we believe is all sides of history and not a biased view. Reason number 14, I believe that we can decide what is best for our child, what the rhythm of each day is going to look like, what the habits that we want to build in our child are going to be, and the curriculum that they need. Reason number 15, play is important, and we want to incorporate play into a lot of her childhood up until at least 10 years old, if not longer, so that her imagination can grow and she can have plenty of time in the day to just play and explore. Reason number 16, obviously we want to teach her academic subjects, but I also want to teach her and her future siblings how to take care of themselves, how to do laundry, the dishes, set a table, clear a table, everything that comes with taking care of a home. The older they get, the more they need to learn about what it takes to function as an adult, how to budget, subjects that are outside of normal school academic classes. I want to be able to teach her about, and having her at home with me will just give me more of an opportunity to teach her the skills that she's going to need to be a functioning adult when she reaches that age. Number 17, I want to safeguard her and her siblings from evil as much as possible. Obviously, we can't safeguard them in every single way, but there's a lot we can do. Just violence, bullying, drugs, especially screen time. I want to limit it, extremely limit it, and be in control of what she's watching for the majority of her childhood and even into her teenage years. And I think that homeschooling her will make it easier to set those ground rules and not have them pushed by like peer pressure or other people who are showing her things that she might not want to see. Obviously, we still can't control every social interaction that she has, and we don't want to control every single one, but I do want to safeguard her. I just don't want her to be exposed to the evil of this world while she's still a child and her mind is just not ready to comprehend all that is out there. Obviously, at age appropriate times, we will tell her about all of these things, but we just want to safeguard her. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to homeschool her. Reason number 18, there are still plenty of opportunities for her to take classes with other people. There are homeschool co-ops. Homeschool's actually becoming a bit more mainstream now. And so there are lots of kids that are homeschooled. There's also opportunities for her to take classes with kids who go to a regular public school or a private school. She can participate in sports with a bunch of kids. So there's still lots of opportunity for her to socialize. I've also heard that homeschool kids are almost over socialized because they spend such a small amount of hours of the day doing academics that they have so much free time that they can spend with their other homeschool friends. Reason number 19, field trips. We can go on as many field trips as we want to and learn about things in a very interesting and engaging way. And during the day when most kids are at school, a lot of museums and other places are a little bit less crowded. So we can choose the times in which we visit museums, libraries, nature exhibits, things like that, and we can make it work for our family. Also, a lot of museums and libraries and things such as that, they have programs specifically for homeschool kids, so we can go at the same time as other families and get to know them. Reason number 20, I want to be able to spend so much time with my children that we are the people that they come to with tough questions like, who am I? What is my purpose? Questions that they might find out about like the world in general. Why is something this way? We want to be those go-to people. We want to have a really strong bond with our children so that we get to reestablish their worthiness and their lovability and just instill in them a strong sense of self, because we get to contribute to their self-talk by feeding them positive thoughts all day long about themselves and who they are and the truth of who they are, especially rooted in the gospel. And we can continually instill those truths in them until it becomes part of their own self-talk and what they believe about themselves. Reason 21, with less time having to be spent on academics, we can also make more time to serve others, to be hospitable, and to know what it means to prepare the house for people to come over, to clean up afterwards. We can just extend ourselves in service to others and to organizations that are doing great work because we have more time for it. Reason number 22, we can build into the day times to be alone, times to be quiet, times to ponder, times to reflect, times to just slow down and be alone and pray or meditate or whatever they want to do. I feel like we're so busy all the time in this day and age, and we're so connected all the time to our devices or to other people. Homeschooling really allows us to make time during the week or maybe even every day to just have some quiet time with ourselves, which I think is really healthy for our emotional and social health. Reason number 23, and I already touched on this a little bit, but we can make time for prayer and devotions throughout the day without it feeling rushed, because we have the time to do that. Reason 24, teenage years were pretty rough on me. I remember just thinking back on it, there were many negative thoughts and many negative things that happened to me, and a lot of it happened in the context of school. I want to be able to remove just some of that negative peer pressure, some of that harsh criticism and loneliness that can come from being in an environment where you don't feel like anybody is really for you, where anybody really understands you. But for my children to always feel that for a large portion of the day, they're in a place where they are safe, where they are comfortable, where they don't have to be in like fight or flight mode because of what's coming at them, but just to give them this peace and this rest that allows their mind to open up to other ideas and other possibilities and learning because they feel safe. And I'm not always going to be able to do that, obviously. When they're an adult, I can't protect them in that way, but I can teach them these good habits of how to give themselves that safe space so that when they're an adult, they can choose to find that safe space for themselves. And reason 25, I kind of already said this, but I love my family. I want to spend my time on earth with them as much as possible. I just want to be with my family. I love them so much. They're my favorite people in the world. I want to be able to visit our family often. I want to spend time with our family. I just love my family. And that's not to say if you don't homeschool, you don't love your family. I'm not saying that at all. This is just my reasoning. Like, I want to be with my family because I just love them. And I think homeschool makes sense for us because of that. So a few other things, because those are my 25 reasons. Homeschooling right now, the way that my husband and I's jobs work, will work for us because I work away from home several days a week and then I work at home several days a week. And my husband also has a flexible work schedule. So the days that I'm able to work from home, I'm going to work homeschooling, and we may do a little bit of homeschooling on Saturdays and Sundays if it doesn't work to do it on the days that I'm also working from home. My husband will be able to homeschool my daughter on days that I'm at work away from home. So we have so much flexibility in that my daughter isn't in daycare right now or anything like that. No matter what the day of the week is, she's either with me or with my husband, including weekends. So we can be really flexible. And that's another reason why I want to homeschool, because we just have this incredible flexibility to do lessons whenever we want to. We can do them in the evening. We can do them in the morning. We can do them on the weekend. We can do them on a weekday. We can do them in the morning. We can do them in the afternoon. It will work for us right now, the way that our work is scheduled, and both of us intentionally pursued jobs with flexibility because we knew that we wanted to be with our kids as much as possible. And so we are super grateful for our jobs, both of us. We love our jobs very, very much. And it gives us that time to be productive and use our own skill set outside of the home and to obviously provide for our family, but also do something we're passionate about, while also at the same time being able to be with our children. So it's this beautiful balance, and we thank Jesus for it because it's really, really a blessing and something we don't take for granted. So that's also why homeschooling will work for us as long as our, situation stays the same. Obviously, our daughter is 15 months old. We wouldn't really start homeschooling her until she's like 5 or 6. So we have some time, and we'll see what happens between then and now. But we're hoping for everything to just stay the same so that we have this flexibility and that we're able to work and do something that we love and then be with our family, which is also something that we love. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment down below or like this video and also subscribe. I really want to get to 77 subscribers before New Year's Eve. And guys, I am 1 subscriber away. So is that person you? Can you please hit the red subscribe button at the bottom of the video, like underneath it, it says subscribe, and you can just click it and you will be subscribed to my channel. I will also be uploading a lot of homeschooling videos as Olivia gets older. And I'm also going to talk about some philosophies that I'm already researching and things that I'm doing in order to understand what works best when it comes to homeschooling and to glean wisdom from other people who have done this and done this well. So if that is you and you are a homeschool family and you feel like you're in the groove, please connect with me. You can connect with me on Instagram. You can connect with me in the comments down below. I'd love to connect with other homeschool families, especially if you're in the New Jersey area. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next decade. Bye, guys.